is Nightline. Tonight.
Crash, crash, crash. This is alert 3. Crash, crash, crash. This is alert 3.
Fireball in the sky. Why did a Black Hawk helicopter collide with an American Airlines jet? The deadliest crash in nearly 24 years.
Tragically, last night, a mistake was made.
We're inside the investigation.
What went on in the cockpit of the Black Hawk put them right in the flight path of the American jet.
The black boxes just recovered as the search for answers intensifies.
We are going to leave no stone unturned.
How could this happen in one of the nation's most secure airspaces? What we're learning tonight. Plus, remembering the lives lost. The group of talented teens on their way to skating stardom.
He's was a force of nature.
The young co-pilot just beginning his career.
He was so young and he was excited about life.
And Olympic superstar Nancy Kerrigan supporting the devastated figure skating community. Thanks for joining us. Just hours ago, authorities confirming the recovery of the black box from American Airlines Flight 5342, the doomed jet that collided with the Black Hawk helicopter over the Potomac. As the nation mourns the loss of the 67 souls on board the two aircraft, authorities now focusing on key details of the investigation. I'm joined now by ABC's Stephanie Ramos in Washington. Stephanie, what can you tell us?
Juju, a family center has been set up here at Reagan National Airport. We've seen NTSB investigators going back and forth here throughout the day, meeting with families, updating them on their process. Officials say they are now scrutinizing over the military pilot's actions on that Army Black Hawk helicopter in this country's deadliest aviation disaster in almost a quarter century. A nation desperate for answers after an Army Black Hawk helicopter collided with American Airlines Flight 5342, the aircraft's exploding in a fireball before falling into the Potomac River below.
Crash, crash, crash. This is alert 3. Crash, crash, crash. This is alert 3.
All 64 people on the jet and 3 soldiers in the helicopter were killed. Tonight, we're learning more about the victims from the plane's crew. First Officer Samuel Lilly. 14 of the victims were figure skaters, their families and coaches, flying from the national championships and the National Development Camp in Wichita. Several, part of the Skating Club of Boston. Nancy Kerrigan, an alumna of the program, in tears.
I feel for the athletes, the skaters, their families, but anyone that was on that plane, not just the skaters, because it's just such a tragic event.
Skater Spencer Lane, only 16 years old. His father speaking to WCVB.
The best way I can describe him is just he's was a force of nature. He had amazing athletic abilities and just was someone who you couldn't make him do something, but if he was like, hey, that's interesting to me, you couldn't stop him.
Wednesday's tragedy, the first fatal crash of a commercial flight in America in over 15 years.
Fatal mishaps in the United States are so rare. We're so accustomed to aviation, commercial aviation being extraordinarily safe. You could be sitting in your kitchen and you are at more risk of being hurt than you are sitting on an airplane anywhere in the United States.
We're here to assure the American people that we are going to leave no stone unturned in this investigation.
Now, questions about why and how this happened at the busiest runway in the country. By mid-afternoon, dive teams suspending their search for the deceased. Crews only able to recover about 40 bodies as investigators attempt to keep the fuselage intact. Flight 5342 departed Wichita before 6 p.m. Central Time, bound for Washington, D.C. Just before 9 p.m., it was approaching Reagan National Airport's runway for landing. Just 2,400 feet left to go.
Any airport that has an approach over water can be a bit uncomfortable for any pilot because at night, particularly, that water just looks like the sky. And so it's very easy to get vertigo, very easy to get disoriented.
The Black Hawk helicopter was on a training mission and was flying near the commercial jet during its descent.
Both of these aviators in the Black Hawk were pretty seasoned pilots. They were out there to make sure that they were proficient flying at night around Washington, D.C.
Air traffic controllers alerting the Black Hawk to the jet.
Air traffic controllers asked the helicopter pilots if they could see or to look out for that regional jet. And the helicopter pilots confirmed they did. We cannot say at this point, and you've heard officials, exactly what happened.
Moments later, tragedy struck.
An alert was sounded, initiating a large regional response. At 8:58, the first units arrived on the scene.
Now, so many trying to piece together how it went so terribly wrong.
The military does dangerous things. It does routine things on the regular basis. Tragically, last night, a mistake was made.
Everything points to the air traffic controllers doing everything right. And so really where the FAA is going to look in this mishap is what went on in the cockpit of the Black Hawk.
Early flight data indicating the Black Hawk was flying at 350 feet when the maximum altitude allowed is 200.
Helicopters generally stay below that 200-foot level because you have aircraft landing at DCA all the time.
Another factor being scrutinized, Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth saying the helicopter crew had night vision goggles.
It would be very unusual if the pilots weren't wearing night vision goggles.
So oftentimes, pilots who are flying in urban areas, particularly at low altitude, will either flip their night vision goggles up just because the resolution and what they're seeing is being degraded to the point where they don't even want to use the night vision goggles.
And tonight, a source with direct knowledge telling ABC News that the air traffic controller on duty was performing the job of two controllers. This is usually done when there's less air traffic. But last night, that change from two controllers to one was made 40 minutes earlier than usual because of lighter traffic. This also revealed in a preliminary FAA report about the crash, according to multiple news outlets. Late today, the NTSB responding.
We have not reviewed any specific reports about the controllers at this time, at least from the leadership team. Our investigators are continuing to pull all that information, their personnel records, their files, where they were at, whether they were fatigued.
The crash echoing 1982's Air Florida Flight 90. The jet crashed into the icy Potomac River within a mile of yesterday's crash.
Good evening. It was an Air Florida jetliner bound for Tampa. 68 passengers and 5 crew members on board.
You could see the upper horizontal fins above the water level, and the people were actually hanging on to the skeleton of that fuselage in a semicircle.
Donald Usher helped rescue 4 out of the 5 survivors with a helicopter from these icy waters.
Those 5 being in that water all of that time and then being able to manipulate themselves to hold on to things, and they still held on and survived.
74 people died, and even though it happened 43 years ago, the pain is still present in Usher's mind.
It brings me to mind the sadness is the families who went through this in 1982, seeing this happening again and knowing that they were now hurting for the people that were also going to have to go through this horrible event.
America once again mourning and searching for answers.
Stephanie, thank you. Tonight, we're learning poignant new details about the dozens whose lives were cut short in the mid-air collision. Tonight, this small, tight-knit skating community in Massachusetts awash in grief. 14 figure skaters, coaches, and their family members were among the victims, 6 of them from the Skating Club of Boston.
We've had great loss, and this is some of our future skaters. Yes. And so that's really challenging, I think. How do you deal with that? How does someone deal with that?
2 of those skaters were just teenagers. Spencer Lane was only 16, Gina Hahn just 13. The 2, along with their moms, Christine Lane and Jin Han, were returning from an elite training camp for top young athletes. Gina, seen here competing for U.S. figure skating.
We watched Gina just grow up here, from just a tiny little tyke into this amazingly mature 13-year-old. A great performer, a great competitor, and off the ice, a great kid.
With these kids, they are leagues ahead of us when we were their age.
Seeing Gina and Spencer develop so quickly on ice, we just can see them grow every day.
Their coaches and figure skating world champions, Zhenya Shishkova and Vadim Nomov, were also among the victims.
It's not just losing training mates, it's not just losing friends, but it truly feels like you're losing family members because we're not going to be able to see them every day anymore.
Those touched by this tragedy now trying to make sense of it all.
This is our time, God, and you are calling us.
Among the other victims, 28-year-old First Officer Samuel Lilly, who was co-piloting that American Airlines flight. His family saying he was newly engaged and just months away from being promoted to captain.
He was so young and he was excited about life and his future and getting a dog and a house and kids. And this is just tragic.
He was very passionate for flying. He loved it. He was really good at it.
The family of Ian Epstein, one of the flight attendants on board, telling ABC News, Ian Epstein was full of life. He loved being a flight attendant, but his true love was his family. Justina Baer and her 12-year-old daughter, Brielle, another skater, were also killed. Her husband, Andrew, is now left with his 6-year-old son.
My son and I were going to pick up my wife and daughter, and when it was time for the plane to land, they hadn't landed. We couldn't get text messages through. And I saw the fire trucks and everything go by, and I knew.
Wendy Jo Schaefer leaves behind her husband and 2 toddlers. Back in Boston, the grief weighs heavy on its century-old skating club, whose alumni include Olympic figure skater Nancy Kerrigan.
I think I was just feeling like I needed to be here, to be with community, to be with friends. I reached out, just needed some hugs.
Spencer Lane, who started out on the ice just 3 years ago, had tens of thousands of followers on TikTok, where he showed off his skating prowess.
This kid was so talented. He'd only started skating a few years ago, and he had all of his triples, and not just that, but this natural grace and beauty and understanding of ice.
His sudden death rocking the skating world.
I remember Spencer, he would always tell me that people mixed him and me up because we kind of looked the same.
The skaters, we are all connected. So when something happens to one of us, it reverberates through everyone.
And Spencer, he was a little fireball. He was a little firecracker. That's the best way to put it.
I was impressed by him.
Yeah, he didn't skate long, but the amount of talent that kid had, unbelievable.
Spencer's last post on his Instagram story showing his view from the plane right before takeoff. Spencer had been propelled by the support of Russian Olympians, Zhenya and Vadim.
They took kids as they came into the sport, and their focus to build kids from an early age with the proper discipline and techniques that would carry them through the sport forever. And they were very good at that.
The two had a storied career as a world-renowned figure skating pair, seen here on ESPN, performing at the 1996 World Championships.
They were like our second parents, to be honest. The Skating Club of Boston is a family, and so everybody has their main coaches, and for them it's like their kids.
Tomorrow we are planning to have a normal schedule of our practice, and I don't know what it will be like to walk in knowing that these people, they won't be there.
Their legacy is going to live on. They're beautiful people. The best thing we could do to honor them is to be strong and to carry on.
And when we come back, a young skater remembering his talented friends lost on the tragic flight. Welcome back. Among the promising young skaters who died on the American flight was 16-year-old Spencer Lane and his mom, Christine. And joining us now from Long Island is 17-year-old Rowan Lecoq, a skater himself who refers to Spencer as his best friend in skating. Thanks for joining us so much, Rowan.
Thank you.
First of all, we're so sorry for your loss. I'm sure this is still a shock to you. I know you flew home to Long Island after spending the week in Wichita with Spencer and all your friends in skating who died on that horrible crash. What was your friendship like with Spencer, and what did skating mean to him?
I became friends with Spencer at the beginning of last year, and our friendship grew really close. We got to know each other really well. I learned that Spencer used to be a really talented and committed skater. He started skating back in 2022, and until now, just being able to get at this high of a level, it's astonishing and insane. And he's become an inspiration for everyone just to create passion and dedication for the sport in general. And he was a really outgoing, a really kind and friendly person.
And
We
you were
got
saying
to
that he's just 5'4" and only been skating for 3 years, and that you admired not just his talent, but his work ethic and his determination.
Yeah, he was a really hard worker. He got from just doing single jumps 2 years ago all the way until triples now, almost at quads, and he had a really great future. It was really promising for him. He had a lot of potential. It's really heartbreaking just knowing that this was the outcome because just a few days ago we were about to say like see you soon at Boston, and now I'm just here mourning.
What was your reaction to the news? I know you were quoted as saying that life is temporary and we have to make the most of every opportunity. What do you think you'll miss most about Spencer?
I'll miss being able to talk to someone that was really close to me, that shared a lot of interests. We've always talked about being committed and passionate. We've sent inspirational posts and lots of opinions and thoughts for one another, and I think that's really important. So that's what I'm going to miss most about him, and he was an amazing person.
And Rowan, how are you and the skating community mourning this week?
None of us believe this is real, and it's really devastating.
Well, your pain is understandable, but thank you, Rowan, so much for joining us. Thanks for sharing your memories. And when we come back, Olympian Nancy Kerrigan lending her support to the figure skating community, rocked by the tragedy. And finally tonight, an Olympic champion standing with those affected by the tragedy. Nancy Kerrigan today with the members of the Skating Club of Boston, gathering to support one another after the tragic loss of several of its ice skaters and coaches. The Figure Skating Hall of Famer getting emotional.
I feel for the athletes, the skaters, their families, but anyone that was on that plane, not just the skaters, because it's just such a tragic event.
Kerrigan on the resilience learned on the ice.
The main lesson I think learned in skating is you get back up. Even when it's hard, you get back up. Even when you're crying, hurt, pain, you get back up and move forward. It's not easy, but that's what we all have to do now together.
They will be missed. That's Nightline. You can watch all of our full episodes on Hulu. We'll see you right back here, same time tomorrow. Thanks for staying up with us. Good night, America.